Well, hey, we're back here, Jeff and Tuck, and this is one of my most exciting categories, the foils. Best of 2023 foils.
Yeah, we're going to hand out some awards for different categories here. We've been riding it all year long, working hard.
We have, and I think foils is probably one of the biggest performance enhancements or upgrades you can make once you're learning the sport of winging, and the foil is the place to focus because that's what you're riding. So, to begin with, the best foil for beginners. What was the winner?
I mean, it's arguable, but I think what we've agreed on is the Cabrina Fusion is the best beginner foil in our shop right now. There's a few reasons for that. I would say number one, it's just a quality design. It's easy to learn on, but it also offers quite a bit of progression. And with regard to winging specifically, which is kind of the hot thing right now, it offers a lot of glide and high-end range for such a large foil. And that has a lot to do with the thinness of the profile, even in a larger wing. So it's not so draggy. You can build that apparent wind
and the price point.
Some of that glide.
Price point's good.
That's where I was getting next.
Good, all right.
Good price point to start with.
I'm leading you in.
But then we have some closeouts available, which are still phenomenal foils, still fully compatible moving forward. So you can get it in a low price and then upgrade in the future. Maybe save some of that cash as you progress or as you start riding higher wind. So you can have a little bit of a foil quiver rather than investing just in one really expensive foil that has kind of a limited range. So that's kind of the meat and potatoes of it, I would say, is that ease of use and progression, the upgradability, and then, as you mentioned, the price is phenomenal.
I've had hands-on experience of that selling to a lot of locals that are getting into it.
Yeah.
And I feel fully confident with the Cabrina Fusion.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I've seen them progress and really enjoy the foil. So
yeah, a lot of options, within the Fusion line, but then also in the H series line now has become fully expanded. The progression's limitless in their ecosystem, so that's pretty rad, and it's all compatible. It's not like you need to buy a different mast, fuselage, stabilizer. It all works seamlessly. So
very deserving of the top spot. Our next one is the best light wing foil. Yeah. And this one, kind of a surprise to me. I know we voted on these a little bit. This one I haven't spent a lot of time on, but the F1 Jam.
Yeah, and I honestly haven't spent a ton of time on it either, but I've spent enough time on it to know that it is the best one I've ridden. There's other options, of course, and that's a very debatable point, especially if you're already invested into one ecosystem. They probably already make a really good light wind wing foil. But for me, the best one I've ridden is the Jam. I've always really loved F1's foils. I love their ecosystem. I ride a lot of their foils, so the Jam for me has been the best one I've ridden in terms of maximum, or maybe I should say minimum, low wind ability. It's got great low speed lift. It's very stiff. It's very playful for its size, and the speed range and glide is just amazing to really get you through those holes.
Well, did the Jam come out later in 2023?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
So forgive me, I didn't get a chance to ride it. But I think where this gets a little sticky, and maybe some of you listening to this, there are a lot of variables to light wind winging.
Yeah.
And the foil is a very important component of that, but there are some enhancements with downwind boards and wings where you can cheat your foil use. Absolutely. And use your daily driver in a light wind specific environment.
Certainly.
So I think, not to go ahead a little bit here, but down the road, a little more maybe we'll discuss a little more about what we mean by light wind, like really light wind, and what foils would really enhance paired with the other things we've talked about.
Yeah, definitely changes. The Jam is one. For downwind board, for me, the 1600 Jam is phenomenal. In any kind of, longer, more efficient board, 1600 for me, I've been doing this a while, is a really good choice. The 1900 for a heavier rider or somebody that just doesn't have that skill or technique, or maybe they're just riding kind of a chunky, draggy board, is going to pop you up onto foil a little easier at a lower speed. But the 1600 is seriously fun to ride, in addition to having that insane low end ability.
So take it from Tuck. He's the only one that's ridden it. I haven't. No, not to be transparent. I haven't ridden it. I don't know if Hooker has. Hooker 6, who could be here today. The other guy rides a lot. So, but anyways, good. All right, our next one, best value foil. I would agree with this one.
Say Cabrina H1200. Again, this might not be the right choice for everybody, but I think the price we have it on sale on right now for that performance level, that build quality, is unseen. We haven't seen anything like it in the past. Usually you're going to spend almost $1,000 on just the front wing for that setup. We have a complete foil, mast, everything included, for under $1,000 right now. So that's a pretty easy upgrade, especially from somebody, you know, like we talked about the beginner foil, the Fusion, upgrading into that H1200 out of their Fusion as a high wind foil, as their progression foil as they start riding faster. It's kind of a no-brainer.
Yep.
And really, you know, like I said, that's a very high-end foil, and it's fully compatible moving forward. It's not like, hey, you're getting something year-old, it's not going to work with any of the new parts. It's fully compatible, and in fact, the smaller sizes of that are the exact size.
Yep.
They haven't even changed them, so that's just a bigger model of that.
And to extend in that category, I think that size is a good value for its money. Even if you're not thinking Cabrina, we picked Cabrina for the reasons Tucker said, but I do believe in other lineups or whatever foil brand that you foil with, that 1200, that 1000 to 1200 is a good value for what you can use for stretching all the different wings, from light wind to wave riding to powered up.
It's a good point. Yeah, it's a super versatile foil. You can surf foil with it, you can sub foil with it, you can downwind with that, you can wing with it, you can wake foil, you can prone with it, you can dock start with that if you're not overly heavy and have some practice. It's pretty appealing for most riders, especially if you're on a budget. So.
Good. So top foil brand for us based on sales?
Let's reword that. So this is
Sale
the
of
top
price or
sale that we've had throughout the year. So this isn't the most that we've sold. This isn't the top foil brand that we sell. This is the best deal we've had throughout the year, I think is the best way to say that probably. And we're returning back to the Cabrina Fusion for all the reasons we've already said. It's phenomenal value. It's a great foil. It's compatible moving forward. So many new riders are entering the sport right now that foil is something that is needed in our industry right now. Something that people can get into at a lower price, at high performance as they progress.
Nice.
Yeah, and that's compatible moving forward. So that is a key piece of the success of winging moving forward, is having a foil like that on offer. You know, so I don't think it's a foil either one of us would choose as our favorite foil as more experienced riders. I don't think
local riders that, you know, one in particular loves it.
Yeah,
and is one of the better foilers.
Right.
That will rock it. So.
Yeah, and there's plenty of people that can buy anything they want and they buy a Fusion. It's that kind of a foil. But when you factor in the value and you factor in that beginner to intermediate progression and its range of use in that, I think it's a clear winner.
Good. Well, that leads us to our last one of our awards within the foil, Future Now.
Yeah, so who's
one that
pushing
gets
the
me
limits?
excited is the F1 skate.
Yeah, buddy.
I mean, we have 3 of them on there, but the F1 skate is this past fall. I just love that foil.
It has definitely been the foil that most advanced riders have been calling and requesting the most. Without question, that is the hottest high-performance foil of the year. All of us here in the shop love it.
Yes.
It's, again, versatile. It's built for high-performance wave riding, phenomenal winging. It's a ton of fun surf foiling. You know, in the bigger sizes, you can even, you know, wake foil with it. But, you know, really that one shines most in intermediate plus wave riding and even freestyle as well. But the people really requesting it are hardcore wave riders.
Yep. Any kind of pitchiness, turbulent water, it's raging out there. The skate is going to be smooth. And,
it is.
And be able to roll it and to surf it is just absolutely incredible. I mean, when I got on it, I was blown away. And I think in those uses where it's very turbulent water, pitchy waves, powerful waves, skate away. It's awesome.
Predictable, intuitive.
Yep.
It helps you feel 10 degrees or 10% better than you are.
Yeah, and I need that.
And that's
why I
consistent
like
of F1 foils in general. Very stiff system, very predictable, very sleek and efficient. Probably the most sleek, efficient system that we sell in terms of efficiency and just how it uses all that. But the skate in particular is just such a subtle, refined design. Both of us were in love with the Eagle as well, but the skate being a little more truncated, just pulling the wingspan in a little bit really unlocks a lot of that surfy, critical turn sort of performance.
Well, that was my vote, I remember. We have 2 more on there. We haven't had 3. So we can't say it's the best if we have 3.
I'm going to go ahead and say the skate probably takes #1 spot,
All right,
but we couldn't get a consensus and agreement upon from all of our people, so we're gonna add some honorable mentions here. Okay.
All right, I like it because we want to keep it authentic here.
Yeah, we got Ryan
2 of the best
Hooker.
is fine. 3 people are like, whatever, guys.
Yep,
Let's
we
get a
got
little too deep.
we got the Axis Spitfire.
Honorable
Cole
mention.
and Hooker are both Axis
are.
freaks, so we had to throw it in there for them.
Yep.
They wouldn't let us just agree on the skate, even though they love the skate.
Yeah.
They
That's
had to
because I
throw the
hog it a lot,
Spitfire
so.
out there. And it is a great foil as well if you're in the Axis ecosystem.
And the third honorable mention.
Third honorable mention, the Omen Operator, which is something you can't even yet buy in our shop.
Yeah, so that's...
But we'll be able to soon. But that's has to be thrown in there because it's about the only foil I would say that can compete with the skate at this point at that level. It is quite a bit more expensive, but it is made in the USA, which is pretty cool. So more on that in the future, but look forward to that in 2024. But since we did ride it and it is available through Omen in 2023, we'll throw it out there as an honorable mention because they did do such a phenomenal job with it as well.
Well, that's a wrap for the foils for the best
That's
of
the foils.
2023.
Stick around next time. We're going to talk about some accessories, and then after that, we'll talk about some things that are trending out for 2024. So definitely hang around for some future videos.